Greetings, Wayward fans. Thank you all for watching. My name is Kripke, and I will be your guide as we dive into another episode analysis video. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy. Episode 9 of this season is called Home. The Winchester boys go home to where it all began and meet a powerful psychic that helps them try and solve what is happening inside the old Winchester house and protect the family that lives there. Poltergeist? No, not the movie, but the spirit loves to get noticed, begging for attention. The more you ignore them, the more violent they become. It's almost like a cursed spirit where they're prevented from being visible to the living, which would explain why they crave attention like a child would. But it's not alone. There's another ghost in the house that hides in the closet, and clearly not to be underestimated. Mary Winchester haunts the house, and means that she never moved on after her fiery death. Let the hunt begin. In Lawrence, Kansas, 22 years ago, the Prince of Hell, Azazel, left death and chaos at the Winchesters' home. Mary Winchester had died from hellfire and burned much of the home. Years later, the negative energy that Azazel's presence had left in the Winchester house had attracted a particularly vicious poltergeist. It began haunting Jenny Cooper and her 2 children after they had moved into the house, then started with flickering lights and scratching noises from the basement. It escalated when Joe the plumber arrived to fix her garbage disposal and left him with one less hand. Strangely enough, the Winchesters arrived at just the right time.
Boy, you put your foot on my coffee table, I'm gonna whack you with a spoon.
I didn't do anything.
Well, you were thinking about it.
Poltergeists are unique spirits which seek recognition and awareness. They can go to great lengths to gain attention and will become extremely violent if less aggressive attempts to gain acknowledgement fail. Invisibility. Poltergeists are almost never seen to the living, and it's not known if this is intentional or not. It was first thought that they couldn't learn this ability, which could be why they have an attention-seeking madness. However, Sam and Dean had a poltergeist manifest because of the threat of their corpse about to be salted and burned. Telekinesis. Ghosts can telekinetically move corporeal objects and physical beings with their minds via deep concentration or an immense burst of rage. Through practice, ghosts can become stronger telekinetics and manipulate multiple objects at once, or throw grown adults around like rag dolls. Poltergeists were masters at this due to their hunger for attention. In case you were unfortunate enough to run into a similar spirit, this is how the Winchesters put him to rest. Missouri Mosley and the Winchesters placed mojo bags at compass points around the house, which should purify the foundation and destroy both entities when the poltergeist launches a violent attack. Dean manages to place the last bag, and the poltergeist's influence vanishes in a burst of supernatural energy. Sam is less sure that it's over, so he convinces Dean to stick around for the night, in case anything happens, and he was right. The poltergeist comes back and even stronger than before.
Come on.
Not my kids!
Dean gets Jenny out while Sam stays behind to get the children. As they were leaving, the poltergeist attacks Sam and traps him in the house. Dean breaks in the front door to rescue Sam when a strange flaming figure comes downstairs and coalesces its form and reveals itself to be their mother, Mary.
You get out of my house.
After a brief moment with her boys, she uses her spirit to destroy the poltergeist. Peace once again returns to the old Winchester home.
What happened?
Don't you worry. Dean's gonna clean up this mess. Well, what are you waiting for, boy? Get the mop. And don't cuss at me.
This is the analysis and reveal, where I put the episode under a microscope for your entertainment and knowledge. Number 1. The number for Dean on John's answering message was 866-907-3235, which for a time was an operational number with voice recordings by Jensen Ackles. Unfortunately, it's no longer in service.
This is John Winchester. If this is an emergency, call my son Dean, 866-907-3235.
Number 2. This is the first episode to explicitly state that Sam has some kind of psychic powers.
I dreamt about Jessica's death for days before it happened. I dreamt about the blood dripping, her on the ceiling, the fire, everything, and I didn't do anything about it because I didn't believe it.
Scratching, flickering lights, both signs of a malevolent spirit.
Yeah, well, I'm just freaked out that your weirdo visions are coming true.
Number 3. When Sam tells Sari to carry her brother outside, he almost says the same thing his father John told Dean the night Mary died.
Hey! Take your brother outside as fast as you can. Don't look back. Now, Dean, go!
All right, Sari, take your brother outside as fast as you can and don't look back.
Number 4. John Winchester makes his first on-screen appearance in the present timeline.
John Winchester, I could just slap you. Why don't you go talk to your children?
I want to.
Number 5. There are no deaths and only one major injury in this episode. It makes it the first episode in the series with no fatalities. Although the plumber is shown losing his arm in the garbage disposal, there is no police presence, none of the characters react to it as though he died, and he's well enough to try and file a lawsuit against Jenny, as we hear on the phone.
Look, I feel just awful about the poor man's hand. Okay. I mean, but how can I be held liable?
Number 6. A lot of the actors used on the show are usually Canadian actors. The character Jenny, who lived in Kansas, was played by Kristen Richardson, who was actually born in Kansas.
Yes? Winchester. It was so funny. You know, I think I found some of your photos the other night.
Number 7. The promo trailer for this episode was actually called The Journey Home before they shortened it to just Home. Number 8.
Don't you boys be strangers.
We won't.
See you around.
At the end of this episode, Loretta Devine's character Missouri tells the boys, "Don't you boys be strangers." This is in fact what they did, as Devine has not made a reappearance in the series until 12 years later, in the episode Patience, Season 13, Episode 3.
Dean Winchester.
Missouri, Jody. Hey.
Oh, honey. I'm sorry for your losses.
Number 9. Originally, Missouri was planned to be the boys' ongoing advisor / parental stand-in, but Devine took on a regular role as Adlai Weber on Grey's Anatomy. This, of course, opened the door for Bobby Singer to be added to the family. On to cultural references. Number 1. The cymbal-banging monkey is a reference to Stephen King's novel, The Monkey, first published in 1980. Number 2. Both Loretta Devine and Jeffrey Dean Morgan had roles together on Grey's Anatomy. Jeff played the character of Denny Duquette from Season 2 to Season 5, while Loretta played the character of Adele Weber from Season 2 to Season 9. Number 3. When Dean mentions a Sacramento man committing suicide with 3 shots to the head, this could be a reference to Gary Webb, who reportedly committed suicide in Sacramento with 2 gunshot wounds to the head of December 10th, 2004.
And here, a Sacramento man shot himself in the head 3 times. Any of these things blowing up your skirt, pal?
Number 4. There are 2 Stephen King's The Shining references in this episode. The first was in the beginning when Sam tells Dean about his visions, and Dean calls it his shining.
I mean, first you tell me that you've got The Shining, and then you tell me that I've got to go back home?
My grandmother and I could hold conversations entirely without ever opening our mouths. She called it shining.
The second was Dean hacking away at the front door with an axe, and peering inside the hole is reminiscent of the scene from The Shining.
Wendy, I'm home.
Number 5. When the poltergeist appears in the closet and the little girl is on the bed, there's a hanging clown from her headboard. This is referencing the movie Poltergeist. Number 6.
I still have a bad feeling.
Why? Missouri did her whole Zelda Rubinstein thing. The house should be clean. This should be over.
Zelda Rubinstein played the diminutive medium in the 1982 supernatural horror film Poltergeist.
These souls, who for whatever reason are not at rest, are also not aware that they have passed on.
On to Have I Seen You Before, or Deja Vu. Number 1. Don Thompson, who plays Mike in this episode, also played Sheriff Jake Miller in episode 11, season 8, LARP and the Real Girl, in one of my favorite episodes.
Oh, he sure loved Mary. And he doted on those kids.
But that was before the fire.
That's right.
Special Agent Taggart, this is my partner, Special Agent Rosewood.
FBI? You guys are quick. Haven't even got the body out yet.
Well, the FBI is all work, no play.
On to continuity errors. Now for some fun. I'm going to show you very short clips from the episode, and let's see if you can find the error. Pause the video if you need more time. Number 1.
How much do you actually remember?
Then I carried you out the front door. Whatever put her there was long gone by the time Dad found her.
In this scene, when Sam and Dean are talking, you will notice Sam's head will change when looking at Dean. It starts on his right side, then left, then right again. Number 2. When Sam is being choked by the poltergeist with the cord, the lamp on the floor behind his head continues to jump from right beside his head to being very far away in the background. Number 3. After the child climbs into the fridge, the door snaps shut behind him and locks tight. After his mother Jenny returns and finds him in the fridge, you'll notice that the locking clip was unlocked and dangling down a bit, and you can see her pretend to unlock it. What game is she playing? On to goofs. Now for some more fun. Just like with continuity errors, I'm going to show you a very short clips from the episode, and let's see if you can find the error. Pause the video if you need more time. Number 1. After Dean goes into the trunk of his Impala to grab an axe and runs back to the house to rescue Sam, if you look closely, you can see a shadow of a cameraman. Number 2. Garbage disposal units work by using centrifugal force to grind food instead of blades. The plumber's hand would likely not have been damaged to the extent portrayed. Now let's tally up the total kills done by Poltergeist. Well, this one is real easy. 0. The only life-threatening damage this Poltergeist has done was giving the plumber a manicure. If you want to know more about real poltergeists and mischievous spirits, be sure to check out the links in the description below. If anyone has an interest in real paranormal investigating, or simply have a story, video, or photo you'd like to share, reach out to Thomas D'Agostino, public speaker, author of 12 books, and over 38 years of paranormal investigating. He is always looking for new stories and experiences to share. You can find his contact info in the description below. Please remember to like and subscribe to become a member of Kripke's Supernatural Hunters. And don't forget to click the bell so you'll be notified of any new videos. I'd love to hear from you. Please feel free to leave me a comment or any questions you may have below. Thank you so much for watching, Wayward fans, and as always, carry on the hunt.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry.